Morning, welcome back to a very dark, gloomy November vlog. We are going Christmas decoration shopping today. So grey outside. The huge hurdle that we need to get through. Magazines like this just give inspiration. The smell in this kitchen is just so good right now. A little bit of sparkle I have just loved today.
And the weather, showers across western areas will move northwards, some patchy rain at times in the east too, but otherwise bright spells and a high of 17 degrees. We're starting in the kitchen today. Yesterday evening I started to make, well, what I can only describe as the easiest tomato soup. I started it yesterday, and as I was making it I thought this would be a really good recipe to share with you. I'll let you know what I've done so far and then we'll make that up for lunch. GB is about today. He's actually over in Hitchin, one of our local market towns. He's having a working day, but occasionally he finds that he has a better morning over in a coffee shop. So he's over in, I'm going to take a guess, the Hermitage, I think. It's one of those coffee shops locally. If you are local to Hitchin and you do work in the coffee shops, you'll know you have to get there very, very early because it's one of those places where lots of home workers gather. He'll have breakfast there, work, and then probably come back mid-morning. I've just made myself a coffee. I don't know if you've noticed, I have got some new to me, they're vintage, but new to me Denby mugs. I'll show you this one up close. I've got an espresso in here. So you may recognise the design of these because, so over here is my favourite mug that you will often see in the vlogs. I picked up two of these at a vintage, well, it was a car boot sale, but it was almost like a vintage car boot sale out near Ware. I think I paid £2 for them. I promise you, this has got coffee in it. I daren't tip it up because it will all fall out onto the saucer, but I found these in a charity shop in town. They really match the autumn colour theme that we have running through the apartment, and they're the perfect size. Are you somebody as well who loves a small coffee cup? I definitely am. I'm just going to have a quick sip because I've been running around all morning. This is my second coffee. I've been doing family fun phonics. I've been teaching this morning, just doing some general clearing, washing up. And yes, we're about to start the tomato soup. And I'll also let you know what else is coming up in today's vlog. Wow, I do absolutely love looking out of the window. You may have seen earlier on, I took some footage of the balcony and the hedge. You can see that the hedge is really turning. By the end of November, it will be a brown colour. And I have this rule while we're living here, and that is that the Christmas tree cannot go up until the hedge is brown. And that is normally the last week in November. So you'll know that I came back with a catch-up vlog last week. I wasn't sure if I was going to vlog this week. I've already let you know that Videos will be on an ad hoc basis, but I've got today and I'm doing something that I love doing every single year, and I thought I am going to have to bring you along on the journey with me. Today is a day that I like to say window shopping, but also maybe a few purchases. We are going Christmas decoration shopping today. I want to show you what's in the best high street shops. So we're going to go over to a retail park near us. They have Dunelm, The Range, Homesense. There's a Poundland nearby. There's also a B&M, and there is a Sainsbury's as well as a Home Bargains. So today is going to be a very much cozy day at home. Cooking, we're going to get out. Let's get out on this very grey day. I love to get out to get back, as you know. I thought you would love to see what's new in. Before we go over to the retail park, I am going to have a try on of some of my own vintage cocktail dresses. You'll know that I own a vintage dress business called Seasonally Dressed over on Etsy, but these dresses are my own. On Saturday, we are going into London. We're going over to Coldrops Yard with my sister and her husband for a huge celebration. He turned 40 a few weeks ago now, and we're going to celebrate. So we're going into London early, I'd say around 3, 4. That's the planned time anyway. And it's going to be cocktails, and then we've got dinner booked at about 7:15. So we like to do an early shift. I would much rather go into London when it's dark, but earlier on, have an early meal and drinks early, and then get back at a reasonable time. I mean, that's what we're saying now. Who knows what's going to happen? But I absolutely have to say that for me, I need to know what I'm going to wear. Are you the same? If you're going out for dinner or an event, are you somebody who has an idea in your mind already? Do you need to try things on? Are you a last minute person where you just see what's been washed, see what's ironed and put something on? Do you dress casually when you go out for dinner, or do you like to dress up? I always take the opportunity to dress up. I always think that particularly this time of year when there's a bit of sparkle, we had fireworks night, we're moving towards Christmas time. It's for me a time to get a little bit glamorous, and I will share those dresses with you later. Shall we move on now to the tomato soup? So as I said, this is a really easy recipe. It's something that can be done quite simply in just under an hour. I like to roast my tomatoes first. Let me bring you over and then you can really see what I've done, what we need, and then we can get this finished ready for lunch, because it won't be long. And GB goes out early in the morning, and honestly the time just goes, and then he's back home, and I want to serve this up today for lunch. I cut up lots of tomatoes, a couple of onions chopped up, as well as garlic, and I roasted it for, I would say, around an hour, although it can easily be done in 30 minutes. I love to roast the tomatoes first. I think that all of the juices with the onion and the garlic, they just sort of merge so much nicer once it's been blitzed. Then we need a pot of some sort. I love my cast iron pot. You'll all know about my cast iron from IKEA. This was £45. When I bought it, I think it was 40. You know what places are like. Everywhere's putting the prices up. So I think it's probably £45 now. Let's find the ladle for this. This is something that I actually said to GB, please can I have this as a Christmas present? It was something that I needed, and it was a joke, but it was a stocking filler and I love it. You probably can see the amount of liquid in there. The tomatoes, onion and garlic were cooked in some olive oil. Love having soup on an autumn day like today. It's so grey outside. I don't know if we'll see the sunshine today. It's cosy, isn't it, when you have to have the lights on during the day. Right, let's get the last it out 2 stock cubes. Right, we'll leave this to heat up. Starting to bubble. Let's season that with some salt and pepper. And then we're going to put in some rosemary. I've got some fresh rosemary and dried rosemary. Some rosemary in there. And I will add some fresh basil when I dish it up, but let's put some dried basil in as well. Lovely. The smell in this kitchen is just so good right now. I'm going to leave this just to bubble up and do its thing. Let's have a look at the vintage cocktail dresses. I am so excited about putting these on. So I ironed everything yesterday, ready to share with you. I'm just excited for putting on something fancy for a fancy night out. So excited. Are we on? Yes, we're on. Honestly, it's a strange thing. As you know, I've not vlogged for such a long time. It has been quite interesting trying to remember what to do, where to put the camera, how to wear a microphone. Anyway, let's get showing you these dresses. I thought I would show you them just on a hanger first of all, and then on me, on my shape. I would love you to let me know what you like. I'm just going to have some fun really, because who doesn't love dressing up? Put my coffee down there. Okay, my first dress, beautiful. This is a vintage Laura Ashley dress. I just want to show you the hanger. My best friend Lauren bought me this hanger. I wonder if she'll remember. Years and years ago. I think it's when I started my business, which was called My Vintage Dress Stall back in the day. It's now called Seasonally Dressed. I use this hanger all of the time. Whenever I go out for dinner, the dress that I'm wearing will be on this hanger, just hanging in the bathroom, ready. I like to put a dress that I'm wearing hanging in the bathroom on the day that I'm going out, because the steam of the shower, the steam of the bath just helps to almost get out any creases that's in the dress. Dress me up. Okay, next up is dress number 2. This is one of my go-to evening dresses. If I don't know what to wear on Saturday, I will probably end up wearing this dress. It's a vintage dress like they all are today. There's something special about wearing something from the past, because you know nobody else is going to have it. I've noticed this year, have you noticed? I don't know if you watch Strictly Come Dancing, but there is very much a vintage vibe going on with Tess Daly, who presents it, Claudia Winkleman, and then the 4 judges. Obviously, if you're outside of the UK, you won't know what I'm talking about. But if you're inside of the UK and you watch Strictly Come Dancing, have you noticed how they are quite a vintage style at the moment? One of the things that I absolutely love about this dress is the hip detail. It skims over the I was going to say, it skims over the t by accident. You know the word I was going to say. I was going to say hips, but I got it wrong. It skims over the hips beautifully, and it's got a vintage fan detail at the front, and it has a very cheeky little split. Cannot wait to try this on. It's also got the vintage batwing sleeves as well. I love this one. Right, I'll try you on very shortly. Dress number 3 is quite out there, but I love it. I have worn this before. You may remember seeing this dress last year. I just love it though. I absolutely love it. We've got velvet on the front and then puffy sleeves with lace detail. It's got a square neckline. It's just got a lot of material at the bottom. I will show you the bag that I will be taking. There's a choice of 2 bags and a choice of 2 pairs of shoes. Both need to be comfortable for travelling on a train into London and then walking from King's Cross to Cold Drops Yard. So I don't want something like really high or anything like that. I want something comfortable but glamorous. So I'll show you the shoes as well. Now I love this one. This is a handmade vintage tulle dress, layered tulle. We've got beautiful lace detail at the top with the sweetheart neckline. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get into this one, I'm going to be honest. My sister borrowed this last year for her Christmas works due, and she looked absolutely beautiful in it. It will be a miracle if I can get this on, but I love it. The back is a V, and as I say, it's a midi length. You'll notice that all the dresses that I've shown you are a modest like length. I like something that is not too short. Unless I am wearing sort of thick tights, I prefer a dress that's like below the knee, almost mid-calf length. And you will probably have noticed that these dresses all have a fit and flare style. That's because for me, I'll just show you under my jumper. Let's get intimate, shall we? So for me, my smallest part of my body is my waist area here. So that means that I want to show that part off. So when I look for dresses for my shape, I tend to try and find something that's in and then out. I think, is it called hourglass when you've got the in bit around your waist? But that's sort of my shape, really. An area for me that I struggle with is my thighs. So for me, I don't get on very well with straight dresses. Actually, I can give you an example of that. I've just had an idea. I've actually got a dress here that I love. Now this is a straight dress. I love this. It's been in my wardrobe for quite some time. It's not on a hanger, sorry, but I can show you it on. It's completely sequin sort of fitted dress. And you'll be able to see, hopefully, the difference between the types of dresses. This is a very different shape to the other ones, very straight. Now, I have tried this on recently because I've got a girls' night and I wanted to wear something slinky for our girls' get together. And I tried this on and I thought, this is definitely not my shape, but I can show you what I mean. So one of the things I mentioned was about wearing some shoes that are comfortable. So I've got 2 pairs depending on which dress I go for. I've just realised that everything I've shown you is black. So the shoes are black as well, but just something sparkly. I'll show you. So my first pair you may have seen last year. I wore these when my sister and I and my niece went to watch the ballet, and these are flats from Primark. I can't remember how much they were, and they did them in several colours. I'm wondering if they may have something similar this year. These were a great buy, and they've got the sparkly detail on them as well, so you know, you just feel dressed up because of the shimmer. And then I've just realised I've still got my glasses on. And then the other pair of shoes, I have copied my sister. So every year around this time, she wears this most fabulous pair of like almost black velvet, suede, is it black suede maybe, shoe with a silver heel, block heel. And she told me that they're from M&S. And this year I decided that I was going to hunt on Vinted for my own pair. I picked up a pair thinking they were the same, They are slightly different, but actually that's quite a good thing because it means that we can swap them round. So on Vinted, I think I may have paid, how much? How much did I pay for these? Not very much. I think maybe £5, including the shipping. A gold block heel, square, and velvet. Is it velvet or suede? I think you might say it's suede actually. Suede style shoe from Marks and Spencer's. And I love these. I really, really do. So I've got 2 bags to show you. One will go with the sparkly shoes. And that bag is, you may have seen it on my video where GB and I did a sort of tour of Windsor and we had a black tie event. It's an early on vlog. This is a vintage Laura Ashley bag. I had 2 of these. So one sold and this is mine. I love it. I love the tassels. I love the bow at the top of the bag. Isn't it just gorgeous? You can also pop it on your shoulder and then the bow is at the top. I love, love, love it. You've probably seen this. It's vintage next. It's leather and suede. And it's just something that I have in my wardrobe and wear and use all of the time. I love it. I love the shape of it. Just one of those bags I could never get rid of. Okay, dresses now in order. Dress number 1, and I'll pop it with some shoes and a bag that I think. We'll look at the outfits. There's 4 outfits, and I want to show you that other dress just to compare shapes. Okay, here is dress number 1. This is the vintage Laura Ashley dress, as well as the vintage Laura Ashley bag, and I've popped it with the flats as well. Hopefully you can see just how gorgeous the dress is. Shall we do the dress turn? So if I'm turning in the dress, you can just see the movement. I mean, oh my goodness, I could just do this all day. So I really like this one. I like the length of it, and the shoes feel really, really comfortable. I think that they will work well, you know, jumping on a train. I've got a coat as well. I haven't shown you the coat. I think it would go with the coat. Let me just go and grab that coat. I've only got the one coat to choose from. I do have others, but I want to wear the one I'm about to show you. So whatever I wear will need to go with that. So it's probably a good idea that I run and grab it and we can just see what it looks like. What do we think? Does it go? I think it does go. I would be very happy to team up this dress with this coat. If I needed to, I could even do the coat up. Fabulous dress. I mean, you can't really go wrong with a classic evening dress. So as I was putting this next dress on, I realised it's something that I don't normally wear with those flats. It would just look all too much. I've got it with plain black, little sort of kitten heels, and then the vintage bag, but it does need GB just to help me to do the dress up. But I think you can get the idea. You can see the fan detail of this one. If I just sort of move it about a bit, you can see how elegant it is. It is undone at the back, so it may look just a bit gapey. I need GB really, and he's not here. He does have his uses. He does have his uses. I do sometimes fluctuate. Sometimes I can be a UK 14 and sometimes I can go down to a UK 10. But I would say most of the time I fit into a UK 12 or a medium. Sometimes with like snuggly jumpers and things, I like to size up. But that's my size, a UK 12, and I'm very proud to be a 12. I don't really diet. I do a lot of exercise and I eat healthily. So I know that my body is full of goodness. And yes, I have curves and I'm proud of them. I love them. And I think it's important as a woman to celebrate your body shape, whatever shapes and sizes we are. We're all here to live a good life. You know, we don't want to look back when we're 90 and think, I spent my years worrying about my size. I would much rather just celebrate what I've been given, and I've been given curves, so I'm here to celebrate them. This dress is quite a standout dress. It's lovely. I love it. I mean, I absolutely love it, and it works so well with the gold and black shoes. Isn't that fabulous? Just fabulous. Oh, this is a twirly one. Let's twirl in this one. It's very festive. I think it's going to be a good one moving through into the Christmas period. Do I think it's one to wear on Saturday? Do you know what? This is probably a contender. I'm not sure that it will go with the coat. Let me go and pick the coat up. I'll just go and try that on. Now, I honestly don't know what this looks like. This is my first time seeing the coat with the dress. The length is right. I love the dress length to be the same as the coat. For me, I prefer my dress and my coat to finish on the same line. I feel like it gives a more heritage finish, a more classic finish, which this one does. And I think, do you know what? I actually think it goes. I'm quite surprised, but I think it goes. I'm just wondering, am I recording? This is the second time I've done this today. I am. Sorry. I've got to get back used to knowing what to do. And it's not OTT, is it? It's just perfect for this time of year. Well, it is an absolute miracle that I've managed to get this dress on, but it fits. I can't believe it fits, but it does, which is great. So this is the handmade vintage tulle dress. Hopefully you can see I've teamed it with the flats with the silver section on them, so you've got a little bit of sparkle. I love how this one feels on. Let's have a quick look in the mirror. I love the neckline of this one. It's got such a beautiful neckline. It's just gorgeous. The bag is fabulous. It is too much, isn't it? Well, I haven't seen what this looks like, but it feels like it goes. It does. It does go. It's quite plain, isn't it? It does go. Oh, let me grab the bag. I'm actually undecided, you know. What do you think? So dress number one, let's just recap this. So we had dress number one was I've got no idea. What did I try on first? What did I try on first? The vintage Laura Ashley silver dress. So that was dress number one. Dress number two was the classic cocktail dress. I think that's going to be out because it didn't go with the shoes. The shoes it goes with are too uncomfortable. So dress number three was the black and gold dress. And then dress number four is this handmade tulle dress. I think I may need to look back at the footage and just see which one I like the most. I've got an idea between two. I'd love to know what you think. I do want to show you the other dress, that sequin one, because I was saying to you about shape. Let me go and get it on, and then we can talk about why this dress looks better on the hanger than it does on me. Here is the dress. I love the sequins of this dress. I'm not going to lie. I absolutely love how glittery and glamorous it is. I do not feel like this is my best style of dress to wear. So there's a few reasons for this. I've mentioned before that my hip area is my widest part, and then my waist is my smallest part. So we've got the back, I like the split, and then round to the front. But I think this gives me a stomach, actually. It makes me look bigger than I am. I think that's because it's sort of tight over my hip area. I'm just going to make sure I've done that correctly. Look what happens when I take the fabric from the back in. So there's a good hand's worth there. And now the dress has shape. Now, if the dress looked like this, Let's just have a quick look. Would I like it? Yes, I would. I would really like this dress. I'd feel really comfortable in it and I would enjoy wearing it. But it doesn't. I'm going to let go now so you can see the difference. It just does not do anything for me at all. It probably gives me a good few more inches around my waist than I actually have. It is definitely coming up to lunchtime. GB will be on his way back. He's going to wonder what the hell I've been doing this morning, trying on all of these dresses. So I'm going to quickly get changed and then we'll go back into the kitchen and finish off the soup. And then after lunch, we will go out and explore Christmas decorations on the high street. Well, this is bubbling up beautifully. I will, of course, pop the full recipe into the description box below, just so that you've got the full details. But for now, we need to blitz it up. GB's on his way home. I know he's hungry. I'm hungry as well. We just have a very simple blitzer. GB's home. I better blitz this up quickly. We have a very simple blitzer. This is Russell Hobbs. I would love an all singing, all dancing one, but we don't have one of those. So let's get the show on the road, shall we?
You look nice.
Thanks.
Get the postman round or something. I need to jump on a call.
Do you? Okay. The sun's trying to creep through. Isn't that amazing? Can you see all the raindrops on the window though? So it's been drizzling all morning. Lunch is here. And we have a glimmer of sunshine. Serve this up with a knob of butter and some basil that we have growing in the kitchen. Can't beat homemade tomato soup, and it's so cheap and easy to do. Just heard that GB's having a working lunch today, so I'm going to dish his up on that tray. That was a tray that I picked up in a charity shop. I think I paid £1.50 for that, maybe £2. Not very much money at all, and it comes in so handy. Right, so I've had my lunch. I have to say that soup was as good as I was expecting it to be. And we're off to Stevenage Retail Park now. I've realised that we've not done any home updates yet. There's things to tell you. So let's get over to the retail park, and then in between shops, I'll update you with move-in news. Right, let's turn that off and go away. Temperature is 14 degrees. 14 degrees. Quite mild, isn't it? Oh, GB's had all the heat on in the car. I'm going to put the heated seats on. Warm my bottom up as a treat. I love this time of year. We're going to find all of the best Christmas tree decorations and just Christmas decor. I can't wait to share these bits with you. Get out of the car parking space and I'll see you there. I was hoping you'd fly south with the birds. There's no snow this year, but hey, that's nothing new. What feels different now is I'm spending it with you. So we've just pulled up. Dunelm is in front of us. I am so excited to see just what's new in Christmas decor. Let's go and have the greatest look around. It's the time of year when shops tend to have quite a lot of new things, whether you are window shopping or planning a new Christmas tree or planning new decor, or whether you've moved and it's all new and exciting. I am very much sticking to my theme. So at home, our theme is Scandi style. So we like blacks and golds and forest greens, lots of natural decor. I'm just looking around. This poor lady, she's trying to get, it looks like a curtain rail, something absolutely huge, into her car. Okay, she's mastering it now. You know when something just takes your eye? It's going to take her a while, but she knows what she's doing. Otherwise, I would offer to help. She's put down her front seats. Anyway, I'm going to keep to the same theme of Scandi, sort of Nordic style. So there will be quite a focus on that when I'm in the shops today, because, you know, that's where my time is spent looking. There are bits and pieces to tell you about regarding the move. So if you've caught up with my catch up vlog, because I haven't really been vlogging since the spring, and I did a catch up autumn vlog which was released last week, you will know that we are, in the process of hopefully moving. I will share a few updates with you. So let's go in and see what there is in Dunelm, and then after Dunelm we are going across the road. There's the range, and then again there's another part of the retail park where there is Homesense. I cannot wait to go into Homesense. And then on the way back, I think I will just very quickly pop into B&M, Home Bargains, Sainsbury's and Poundland. They're all quite close by. But for now, Dunelm is first up, and you'll be pleased to know the lady next to me has just put her boot down. She's managed to get that very long box in. Let's go in and have a look in Dunelm. car from Dunelm, and I don't know if you can tell by my face, I was quite underwhelmed. There wasn't a lot of Scandi style bits at all. There was a huge amount of brightly coloured wreaths. Actually, no, they did have a beautiful holly wreath. I think that was stunning, and that was about £22, but it didn't look real enough for me. So I'm sorry, Dunelm, you haven't done it for me this year. Let's go round to the range and we'll see what they've got there. Do the one-way system. We're in a one-way system. I'll see you over at the range. In the car after going into the range, and there was so much choice. So much choice. Different colours, styles. Oh, I just had the most wonderful time. Salon. See, I'm having to check all the time. We are. The microphone's working. One of the things that was so cute today in the range was there were some nursery children walking around. They looked like possibly they'd been at nursery this morning and they were doing a shopping trip this afternoon, and I could hear them just mesmerised by the Christmas decorations and the lights and the little villages that we saw. And they were saying things like, "We need this one, Mummy. Don't forget this one. Don't forget this one. Oh, Mummy, we need this one, please, Mummy." And those moments with young children are just so precious, aren't they? Young children of sort of nursery age will have a Christmas to remember, possibly their first Christmas. And when you go into like a garden centre or, you know, the range that's absolutely full of decorations, and you think about the height of a child, and this is one of the things I talk about when I deliver training in nurseries and schools, or if I'm working with parents in their own homes, Think about what an environment looks like from the child's height. The range would just be so magical because everything is at their own height of their eyesight. They look up, there's decorations, they look down, there's decorations. They look around and they're just surrounded by colour and texture. Very much a sensory experience. Whilst we're sitting here, we should have a bit of a home update. So yes, if you saw the last vlog, you'll know that we are, fingers crossed, in the process of moving. We have got a few hurdles to get through yet. I don't think any move is ever easy. I've been having a lot of sleepless nights with a lot of things on my mind. So tomorrow we are having the home buyer survey. So in the UK, please excuse me as well if you are in the UK and I don't have all of the terminology, but in the UK there's 3 levels of home survey. So there's the basic one that's done just to make sure that your property is what it says it is. So you're paying for, you know, the price is fair. The second one is the home buyer survey. That's the level that we've gone for. So it's not just the basic one, it's the mid-range one. And that is to make sure that, well, they do more of a detailed survey. So this is how it is in the UK, where they look at things like the structure of the building, lots of complicated things that I don't really know much about, but I know it's the mid-level one. And then there is the top end survey, which really looks at every inch of where you're moving to. So we are having our home buyer survey done tomorrow. And I'm quite nervous about it because I think that is the huge hurdle that we need to get through. We need to make sure that the roof's not falling in and the building itself is structurally sound before the process really pushes on. So I'm really looking forward to that being done tomorrow, and we should hear back, I would say, in about 3 to 5 days, so the middle of next week. And then once that's been done, we know what we're moving into. We know if the dream is the dream. It feels like the dream and the stars are aligning. And we are in the process of moving. We've found a place that we've absolutely love. Our place sold. Everything's all lined up. We just need to get through tomorrow, the home buyer survey, to really know what we're moving into and to make sure that it's doable as well. So yes, I've been having some sleepless nights. If you've moved, you will know what I mean. It was such an easy move before, going from renting into buying our apartment. It was just so easy. And in fact, we didn't have estate agents because we did a private sale. So this is slightly more daunting because this will be our forever home. And we just want to know exactly what we are letting ourselves in for. I've been sleeping until about 2 a.m. and then waking up, and I don't know if I said this to you last time, but I've been putting on Hallmark Christmas movies on the projector in the main room and just sitting up either on Pinterest, in a daze, working. What are we in now? Well, we sold over a week ago. Yeah, we sold last Tuesday evening and today's Thursday. So it's really the hanging around. I find it so hard just hanging around, not knowing. I just want to know. I also want to know when it will be that we're moving. Right, shall we go over to Homesense and see what it's like over there? I'm back in the car now from Homesense. Wow, I loved it in there. I always think it's quite out there. You go into Homesense, you've got no idea what you're going to find. There were a few Scandi bits. There were some lovely black reindeers, black trees. I'm trying really hard to resist buying anything because I just don't know, what the theme will be next year if we move, or how much I'm going to put out this year. But I have picked up a few bits so far today, and I'll show you those when I get back. It's getting dark. Car lights are on, but believe it or not, it's just gone 2:30. So I'm going to get home. I don't want to catch the school run really, so I'm going to get off as soon as possible. But on the way back, I'm going to stop at the shops I mentioned. So we'll do B&M, Home Bargains, Poundland is in town. Town as in the town I live in. I may just pop in there quickly. And there's also a Sainsbury's. So I'm not going to do the whole, here we are. I'm just going to let this bit run. I'm going to get home. You'll see me back home. But whilst I'm driving back, I'm going to play what I am going to see in the next few shops. I hope you're enjoying this huge Christmas decor extravaganza. I have loved it today. I love window shopping anyway. It's just something that I've always enjoyed doing. I think growing up, my mum did not have a lot of money. And this time of year after school, when it was getting dark, we would go to a town and we would look through the windows at the Christmas things arriving. And she always used to say, look, but don't touch. There's something nostalgic about that, isn't there? I think that this time of year definitely does bring a lot of nostalgia to us all. Right, I'm going to get a move on, get to these other shops, and then I'll see you back home and I'll share with you what I've picked up today.
The time is slow, the weather's changing. Another year has started fading. And as the world just keeps on turning, I just wanna take a moment to remind you of one thing. I don't need anything but you. And I wanna tell you all you mean to me. I don't need falling snow, and I don't need a Christmas tree. I don't need mistletoe or lights or fancy things. You could take every gift and I would still be good. Oh, my Christmas just ain't Christmas without you. La da 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 da, la da 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 da. So light a fire, the liquor spinning. Let's dance the night away and fall in love all over again. Maybe we should slow down, take some time just to remind ourselves what all this is about. I don't need anything but you. And I wanna tell you one more time again, I don't need falling snow, and I don't need a Christmas tree. I don't need mistletoe, lights or fancy things. You could take every gift and I would still be good. Oh, my Christmas just ain't Christmas without you. La da 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 da, la da 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 da. All the carols are playing, the silver bells are ringing. All the people are saying Christmas time is here, and all of that's fine, I know. Hanging lights up in the snow, but there's one thing I just want to tell you: your love shines it brighter than them all. I don't need falling snow, and I don't need a Christmas tree. I don't need mistletoe or lights of
I haven't long been home. I've just made myself a fruit tea. I'll show you this one actually, because this is something that I've recently started doing in the afternoons, and that is having a fruit tea rather than a cup of coffee. I'm just trying to switch out some coffee during the day for a fruit tea, and this one is lovely. It's a bit too hot at the moment to drink. I did go into B&M. I thought B&M was fantastic. I have seen quite a lot of what was in B&M already, because I've been there a few times so far this year. You can't not walk down the aisles, so I have seen bits and pieces, but I was impressed with how many new things were in there this year. Then I did Sainsbury's, and Sainsbury's was fantastic. And look what I picked up in Sainsbury's. The Argos catalogue. It's a lot slimmer than what it used to be, but it felt really nostalgic picking this up. So I've got this. I'll show you a few pages in a moment of the Argos Christmas catalogue. I mean, doesn't that just bring back memories? I also went into, after Sainsbury's, I went into Home Bargains, and then I whizzed round into town and I popped into Poundland. So hopefully you've seen all of those bits. Let me tell you about this drink, then the catalogue. I think you probably can tell that I'm quite scatty sometimes, and I don't know the order of what to do things in, but I've mentioned the drink, I've mentioned the catalogue, and I have a basket full of Christmas goodies and bits and pieces to show you, and it's getting dark, so let's crack on. I'm going to move quite quickly. Let's show you the fruit tea. I love this one. It's really refreshing. It's from Lidl, and I have one of these a day, and I just think they're gorgeous. All right, glasses on. Let's just give these a quick wipe. I saw Mrs. P the other day, and she said, when I was sitting on her sofa, "How do you see out of your glasses, Cher?" And she did a little magic trick with a glasses cleaner, and they were sparkly afterwards. So thank you, Mrs. P. Right, let's have a quick look in here. Oh, they've got the habitat things in. So I showed you this in Sainsbury's. We saw this earlier on, didn't we? And it says down the bottom, habitat. I didn't realise that they had the habitat things in the Argos catalogue book. It definitely is Argos, look. They've got gifts and things like that, but I think it's more the Christmas things we need to look at. The back is full of toys, phones, you know, the norm. The norm. I love a Christmas magazine. You just have to pick them up, don't you, when you see them. I also think it's great for inspiration, like how they've put the baubles just on the table. I'll just show you a couple more. It's really nice, doesn't it? Pages. Well, that's really fun. I noticed a lot today, lots of colour. This kitsch, fun colour scheme, which I have to say is not me. I love it. My sister's got a very colourful tree and it looks great. But I think where we live small, the place doesn't really take colour that well. Anyway, let's show you these. I love the crackers. Looks so fun, doesn't it? There was a lot of the red and white stripes today all over. In each shop that I went into, there was lots of these. There was lots of all of these colours, really. Very vintage style, aren't they, from the early 90s. I remember my childhood Christmas tree had all of the Christmas decorations on like that from Woolworths. Very elegant page, this page. Magazines like this just give inspiration. Doesn't mean that you need to go ahead and buy everything. You can look in charity shops for red napkins, for example, in the very top left, or red tea lights in the centre there. It's good to look for colour schemes. Very much red, green and white. So elegant. Anyway, I can finish off looking at this over dinner or something like that. On the front of this Argos catalogue is our Roberts radio that we have. We don't have that colour, we've got a black one, a black and gold one. Anyway, shall we see what I've picked up today? I don't know where to start. I've got some food pieces, so we'll start there and then we will look at the decorations. How gorgeous do these little Christmas milk chocolate bars look? Perfect for Christmas stockings. These were in the range. Do I have my receipt? Let's just check the price of those. £1.99. £1.99. So those chocolates here, £1.99. Definitely worth it for £1.99. I think if you're having a cup of coffee, or are we still on? See, we are on. That's 3 times today. If you're having a cup of coffee with friends and you just want to serve up a treat, I think these milk chocolates are just beautiful. Next up is something that my sister and I used to have in our Christmas stocking every single year. And I could not leave them. Who remembers the Christmas umbrellas? Just so beautiful. They will just look wonderful given as a gift or on our Christmas tree or with a hot chocolate. So we picked one up in the silver, the red and the green. Keeping with food, when I was in Sainsbury's, I found something that I like every single year, and that is the Taylor's Christmas blend. So this is to go into the cafetiere. This was £6.49. It's the limited edition, and we'll be opening this very, very soon. Our coffee machine is Nespresso, but we do have a cafetiere and we often will use ground coffee. And this is just one that I love. And on the back it says, Merry Christmas from Taylor's. So it's almost like a gift to yourself. Warming and indulgent. A rich, indulgent roast with hints of milk chocolate and hazelnuts. Ooh. Everything else in this basket is Christmas related. So all Christmas decorations, but I do want to say that some of these will not necessarily be used by me on my tree, but instead will be used in my teaching business of Family Fun Phonics. So Family Fun Phonics is my own independent tuition, one-to-one tuition, and it's based around 2 beautiful linen mice. They're grey and white. I'll try and insert a picture. Maisie and Marvin go on adventures and they have lots of friends, and in here are just some of their new friends that they will be playing with over the winter and into December. When you see these, it will give you a bit of an idea about what Family Fun Phonics is all about. Just think very traditional play, role play, you know, two little mice going on adventures, and these are Christmas decorations, but you'll see what I mean. Let me get started. This one is so cute. It's a little cat. £3.99 the cat was. Those of you who are maybe a parent of Family Fun Phonics, and some of you have been for years, know that I have a collection of felt accessories and toys, and I like to add to them every single year, and I could not leave this little mouse. He looks like he's going to a party, ready with his present. £3.99. Oh, I just know that the children will absolutely love these. They'll be used for years and years to come. Every session's different, and it's almost like a dream, if you know what I mean. Like this week, Maisie and Marvin have been to a fireworks display, and we created fireworks poems, and they were dressed up in their winter woolly hats and scarves. It's taking children out of their day-to-day of what they know and putting them in a place where they feel, happy and comfortable to explore new words, poems, language, writing. It's just something special, and that's what I try and create, a magical world, really. And I know it's magical because the children ask for share time on their birthdays or when they're going on holiday. I often have been all over the world on family fun phonics lessons. The children don't realise that they're learning though. Come on, let's go into the little land of mice and their friends. So this one's been used this week in the fireworks game. You can see that he's holding a star. I'm just giving you just a bit of an idea of what the sessions are like. This little mouse was £2.50. This one was purchased last week, so I've already taken the tags off. Just wonderful, aren't they? This one would be great for a snowy day, and the children really believe that these mice are real, and we create just such wonderful stories with them. Another little mouse there for the collection, £2.50. Out in the snow, maybe going to a party with the crown on. You can see how children would really respond well to them. This little mouse has got the bell. So all of the accessories that the mice hold are used as part of the role play. Again, £2.50. This one has a little book, and it was £2.50. As I say, all of these last ones are from B&M. This is a little rabbit or a hare. I think it might be a hare actually. It is a hare, isn't it? Because it's got super long ears, holding a present, maybe going off to a birthday party or a Christmas party. And again, £2.50. Next up in my basket of Christmas joy is 2 felt toys that Mrs. P bought for me. When I went over to hers for coffee, she said, she'd picked them up. She couldn't leave them. And I thought you might like to see those. They're from Home Bargains, and you would have seen those in the clip footage from earlier. A winter reindeer. These were such a bargain as well. And another little Christmas mouse. They just have so much character. And the children, honestly, they just love these so much. And again, £1.49. Now, just a quick one about these. I use them with children. They are really Christmas decorations. They're not toys. I use them with the children because I teach over the screen. So they're characters almost like puppets. But I do think that older children, if supervised, would love these for role play at home. I know that I absolutely would, and an older child would look after them really carefully. But for the young children that I'm working with, they're very safe because it's all on the screen. Back to B&M, I bought just a couple more things to show you, including these felt trees, which again will be used in family fun phonics, but possibly as decoration. They can stand, or they've got the hanging section at the top. They're £2.50 each. They did have these in different sizes. So these were the smaller ones. And then they had some about that sort of size. I can't remember how much they were. So I mentioned earlier that our theme for Christmas tends to be Scandi, Nordic, rustic style. And fingers crossed, we move. And if we are lucky enough and the stars align for us and this property becomes ours, then I am sure that our theme will continue. We wouldn't want to, start everything fresh and new. Christmas means so much to GB and I, and the tree and just the memories around it. And I thought that these would work really well on this year's tree, but also going forwards. And to be quite honest with you, I just couldn't resist them. So they were from B&M. We've got the 3 bells there at £2.50, and they have jute ties at the top, but I was thinking you could sub those out with some ribbon just to make them look a little bit more fancy. Where's my drink? Oh dear, oh dear. What a day! What a day. It's definitely getting dark now. I've just loved today. I have just loved today. I hope that I'll see you all back really soon. Don't know exactly when it will be, maybe next week, maybe the week after, but I would love to come back soon, let you know the updates, and every step closer is a step closer to the festive period. So take care, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.